This video reviews the new features that have been added to Real-Time CEO in the February 2019 update. The new features predominantly relate to additional checks that are now performed when new data is being entered into the system, whether that be in the initial onboarding wizard or when we add a new month of data. So let's go through the process of adding an additional month of data to the Real-Time CEO demonstration client to show how the new features are going to work. The process starts in the normal way with enter data and selecting the month that you want to add, and then selecting the files that relate to the new month of information that you're bringing in. That component has not changed. The columns that have previously been tagged are still tagged. And the first change that you will notice is that the software is now going to perform a check that your CSV data file does not have any duplicate names. As you know from past uploading of data, if you have duplicate names, that can cause issues with tags being duplicated, and it's particularly difficult when the same name appears in both direct costs and indirect costs. So what the software is highlighting here is that in rows 12 and 20 of the CSV file of the income statement, that there are two accounts that are both called wages. In lines 13 and 21, there are two accounts that are both called depreciation. Let me bring across the CSV file onto my other screen so that you can see how this is happening. So here's line 12 of the CSV with our wages under the direct cost banner, but the same tag of wages is appearing on line 20, and it's picked up that this is a duplication and that there will be an issue. And it's now going to require us to make some sort of a change to those lines that make them unique. Now, as a one-off, you can do this in the CSV file, or if you want to avoid having to do this each month, I suggest you go back to your general ledger and change the name of the account in the general ledger. So when it produces the CSV file, it won't have this duplication. The other duplication we've got is in row 13 and row 21 for depreciation. So let's make those unique. We now save the file, and we now go back and re-upload the file, and the software is showing you which file had the conflicts. In this instance, it's the income statement, and we re-upload that file that's had the duplicates removed, and now we are able to progress through to the loading of that file. Now, the second change that you will notice in the new release is that we now have some checks that are predominantly designed to make sure that you have applied the header tag to each of the 6 key sections: revenue, direct cost, indirect costs, assets, liabilities, and equity. As you can see in this file here, there's a tick in all of the different components of the income statement and a tick in all of the direct components of the balance sheet. As in previous versions, all of our previous tags have been applied. We can still attach a new tag if we'd like to, if we have a new account getting added to our chart of accounts. But what you will now find is if, for whatever reason, the header tag has not been applied to your new data file, or if you accidentally remove the header tag, it will not let you progress until that header tag is attached. As we've said in previous training, it's incredibly important that the header tag is applied first. And we can see here that there's now a warning sign on this file to say that the header tag is not attached. And so we have to make sure we go back and attach the header tag, and the warning disappears. The rest of the data loading process is exactly the same as previous releases. Those are the two major changes in the February 2019 release of Real-Time CEO. Next month we will be issuing another release that will be predominantly focused on adding features to forecasting to make the forecasting process a little more function rich without losing its simplicity. We will be releasing another video to accompany that release. Thank you for watching, and I hope you continue to get good value out of Real-Time CEO.